Here is one of the top techniques for providing instant clarity in your charts and data stories. I call it direct labeling. And here's how it works. We start off with a business question that our audience wants to answer about the data. In this case, the question is, which regions exceed 750 million in profit? And then we create a chart that reveals the answer to that specific business question. So, which regions exceed 750 million? Go. How long does it take you to start to look through all the bars and find the answer? Maybe you found the answer. Let me show you a much quicker and better way using direct labeling. So now I'm going to remove the x-axis and instead add direct labels. Here we go. And now answer the question, which regions exceed 750 million? So much quicker for our brains to see and understand the data because it is directly labeled right on top of each of the bars. And then one final thing I love to do, you've seen this in some of my other videos, is adding color, a single color, to connect that question to the bars themselves that are directly related to what we are trying to answer in the visual. So there you go. Let me show you one more, and I'm going to add some different elements to this. I'm going to start to make it a bit more complex. So the question for this scatter plot is, which service lines drive the most profit? Well, the first issue is I don't even know what these service lines are. You would be surprised how many charts I see that don't even have the categorical labels in them. So let's add those direct labels to start off for each of these different circles. But then what I'm going to do is layer in another piece to the labels. I'm actually going to layer in the profit number so we can answer this question, which is driving the most profit. And not just by looking at that y-axis, but knowing the exact amount of profit to the millions that they are actually driving. And then one other thing I like to do to really drive focus to the answer is I'm actually going to then remove direct labels for the lower circles. And for just the top three with the most profit, I make those values even bigger and bold so they jump out. And then just like in the other example, let's throw a little color in there to create instant connection from the question to the visual answers. And then one more bonus in the scatter plot. Sometimes I'll add a little rectangle in the background with this light transparent blue to give the visual focus of where I want my audience to actually look. So there you go. The power of using direct labels to draw the insights out of all of your charts and data stories instantly for your audience.